Who would believe that a small-town robotics team could win a national championship? Well, many students, teachers, and parents at Shelton High School know that's entirely possible. The secret to their future success, however, does not originate at the high school. Today, you can find it at Oakland Bay Junior High, where student interest in robotics began and then was carried on to the high school. There's a new addition to Oakland Bay's robotics education program, teacher Eric Stokely, and he's somewhat of a legend among robotics educators and students around the state. Tristin Newby, Vice President of Shelton's national top-ranked robotics team, Aldernating Currents 5295, can attest to that.
That actually makes me very happy. He's one of the founders of First Washington, and he's kind of a celebrity. If you go to competitions, there's hundreds of other teams there, and they're all, when they see him, they like scream his name. It's really cool.
Stokely, an award-winning robotics teacher, brings his celebrity as a founding member of Washington's first inspiration and recognition of science and technology program, known as FIRST.
In 2003, I got together with Kevin Ross, Larry Borello, and Paul Rausch. The four of us sat around Larry Borello's kitchen table and we founded what became First Washington.
Stokely, along with other founding partners, created the nonprofit First Washington in 2005. The organization has helped form new FIRST robotics teams all across the state. Stokely most recently ran the First Robotics Field House in Kent, which is used for large robot competitions. But there was no teaching involved, and he realized that's what he was missing.
The light bulb went off. Oh no, I was not teaching to stay in robotics. I was teaching because I really enjoy teaching. You know, they say some people have a calling. Honest to God, that's my calling.
It was Oakland Bay Assistant Principal John Bryce Gomia who knew of Stokely and contacted him. Stokely knew working at the junior high would be a way of helping the high school robotics team now and in the future. Last year, Stokely won the highly coveted Woody Flowers Award. It is given once a year to an outstanding mentor in the FIRST robotics competition. Stokely has a career in teaching physics and chemistry that began after he left his job as a physicist at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California's Bay Area. He was recruited away by a former professor to teach and redo the physics program at a San Jose, California high school in the heart of the high-tech industry's Silicon Valley. That's where Stokely's teaching career began, one he still loves today. Stokely then taught chemistry at Bellarmine Preparatory School in Tacoma and led the FIRST robotics competition team 360 to several championships. He also taught at the Science and Math Institute, a public high school in the Tacoma Public School District, where he led robotics team 2557. Stokely is today inspiring young students such as Shelly Sineral, an 8th grader at Oakland Bay Junior High. There, students are learning robotics from Stokely from the lab table up. Sineral says she wasn't interested in robotics until a friend coaxed her into it. She explains what she's doing today.
Was going to try building, but I didn't. I just started on programming.
Programming involves coding a robot's computer control system so it can function properly given human commands. Sineral is now serious about a future in computer programming. The robotics team at the high school is still abuzz from last year's big win, and Stokely says he hopes he can help them defend their national championship. Newby, who was Alternating Currents robot driver at the World Championship in Houston last year, tells why his fellow robotics students are raising funds so early this year.
This season, we have week 2 will be competing at Wilsonville, Oregon at a school there. And week 4 we'll be competing in Spokane, Washington. And those are our 2 district events. If we do well enough there, we'll be able to go to the Pacific Northwest Championship, which this year is in Portland, Oregon. And if we do well enough there, we'll go to the World Championships, which is again in Houston, Texas.
Their first fundraiser is at 5 p.m. Saturday, a chicken Alfredo and salad dinner at the Shelton Elks Lodge on Craig Road. Stokely loves what First Washington Robotics has become, a learning mechanism that inspires young minds in science, technology, engineering, and math.
You can't describe the energy correctly. The kids walk in, I'll be honest, I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm not saying I'm jaded, but I'm a little more used to that energy, which is why I love taking the kids there, because you can see it in their faces. They're like, holy cow. And then they get to see teams that are legends. absolute legend teams. And they get to walk up and look at their robot and look at their pit and talk to the kids.
Too,
yeah. You know, we have our legends in Washington, and it's so, to watch teams go there and truly represent is just, like I said, like Aldernating Currents. You know, being gracious, being professional, but still playing to win.
I'm Jeff Chu for I-501 News.